88 days until the election. Mitt Romney hits the road tomorrow, visiting 4 key swing states in as many days. The Republican candidate, he will begin in Virginia. Then he'll go through North Carolina, Florida, and Ohio. And he will have some unwanted company as well, because the Democrats, they're launching their own bus tour this morning that will trail Romney's trip. And these tours come as a new CNN ORC poll shows President Obama leading Governor Romney by a full 7 points. And earlier this week, a new Quinnipiac CBS News New York Times poll showed that in Virginia, a key swing state, Mitt Romney is behind by 4 points. Now, Bill Bolling is Virginia's lieutenant governor and the Republican candidate for governor for that state in a few years. He's also a Romney campaign surrogate. And Mr. Lieutenant Governor here, I've been talking to Romney insiders and aides for weeks now. And if there's one state that seems to frustrate the Romney campaign, it is Virginia. They're genuinely frustrated they haven't been able to pick up ground there. What makes Virginia tough right now for Mitt Romney?
Well, Virginia is a very competitive two-party state, but I actually think Governor Romney is doing very well in Virginia. You mentioned the Quinnipiac poll last week. If you dig down into that poll a little bit, there's some very encouraging news for Governor Romney. He's leading among independent voters in Virginia, and independent voters are the key to winning. President Obama has never been able to get in any of these polls above the mid to upper 40s. He's never been able to get over 50% of the vote. I think most of those undecided voters are going to break Governor Romney's way in the final couple of months of the campaign. And I'll tell you, all of the energy in Virginia is on Governor Romney's side. Virginians understand that the country just can't withstand 4 more years of Barack Obama. I think you're going to see them coming to Governor Romney in big numbers here in the next couple of months.
And part of maybe, he hopes, I'm sure, big numbers because of who he chooses as his number 2, right? So and we've all been pontificating over who it might be, but we actually got some new language, maybe a teeny tiny, shall we call it a hint, perhaps, when Mitt Romney talked to NBC's Chuck Todd. Listen to what he said.
What do you want your running mate to say about you? What do you want your selection to say about what kind of president you're going to be?
I don't think I have anything for you on the VP running mate, other than I certainly expect to have a person that has strength of character, vision for the country, that adds something to the political discourse about the direction of the country. I mean, I happen to believe this is a defining election for America, that we're going to be voting for what kind of America we're going to have.
Vision for the country, Lieutenant Governor. I'm just curious because I know certain politicos are connecting those dots and they're saying, vision. Might it be a budget plan vision? Might it be Congressman Paul Ryan? What do you make of those two dots that are being connected? Why do you think that's happening?
My fellow colleagues on the
look, I think all this guessing about who the vice president's going to be, it's more profitable to play the craps tables in Las Vegas. I don't think anybody really knows. The one thing I can tell you, I think I know. Pardon?
Would you make that connection? Hearing what Mitt Romney said, talking about a vision for the country, would you see that as could be Paul Ryan?
Oh, no, I think that could mean almost anything. I think Governor Romney is going to look at 2 things. Which individual can he work with best to lead the country, and who has the ability to serve as President of the United States should the need arise? And there are a lot of good candidates for that job. I have absolute confidence that Governor Romney is going to pick the best person to work with him and lead the country should the need arise, and work with him to try to get the nation out of this malaise that we've really been in for the last 4 years under Barack Obama's failed leadership.
Lieutenant Governor, on our panel today is Ron Brownstein, who has been writing about a really interesting trend in some of the polling here, what's really opening up to be an epic racial divide among the voting populace here. According to our latest CNN ORC poll, Mitt Romney is actually winning among white voters. He's up 55 to 41% among white voters, but among non-white, among minority voters, Barack Obama leads 81 to 16%, a huge chasm there. Minority voters are very key in your state, down in the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area, of course. What does Governor Romney have to do, or why can't he chip away at this really huge lead for Barack Obama among non-white voters?
Well, I think we just have to keep getting our message out. President Obama has failed the country. We have 42 months of unemployment in excess of 8%. The president's policies are jeopardizing the financial foundation of America, mortgaging our children's future with a $16 trillion national debt and still growing. On the other hand, Governor Romney has a positive plan to get the economy moving again and create jobs, to lift up the middle class by empowering the private sector, not just growing the size of the government. And he has a plan to get the budget balanced and start bringing down the debt. So we just have to keep getting that message out. And if we get that message out and we reach out to these diverse voters all across our state, I think they're going to respond. Do we have some work to do there? Absolutely. But we're capable of doing that work. And I think Governor Romney's message will resonate with these groups. We just have to keep trying to get that message out, and we're going to do that.
Lieutenant Governor of Virginia Bill Bolling, thank you, sir, so much for being with us. And I just want to open it up